Welcome to this video about Internet security threats, packet sniffing. After watching this video, you will be able to describe the concept of packet and packet sniffing, explain how IT professionals and attackers use packet sniffing, identify the types of packet sniffing tactics utilized by attackers, discuss a few strategies to protect your network against packet sniffing. Internet security faces a big problem called packet sniffing. It's like someone sneaking into the information sent over the internet without permission. But what exactly are these information-packed packets? Let's break it down. Packets are small units of data transmitted over networks. For example, when you send an email, packets carry text and attachments. Each data packet comprises of two essential parts, the header and the payload. Let's look at each part in detail. The header is the initial point of reference for any device, routers, switches, or computers, involved in processing or receiving the packet. Consider the header as the packet's postage label. It provides critical information such as the source IP address, the destination IP address, and the packet number. The source IP address identifies the original sender's device, while the destination IP address specifies the recipient's network address. The packet number, a unique sequence, aids in proper message reassembly and traces the packet's journey through the network. The payload, on the other hand, is the substantive content of the packet. It carries the actual data transmitted. Now that you know what packets are, let us learn about packet sniffing. Imagine a scenario where an organization's network experiences unusual slowdowns, and despite initial diagnostics, the root cause remains unknown. This is where the concept of packet sniffing comes into play. Packet sniffing is a technique that involves using software to capture and analyze data packets as they move through a network. When deployed, this software collects various data points by intercepting traffic. In this scenario, packet sniffing could reveal that excessive video conference calls during peak hours congest the bandwidth. Packet sniffers operate by placing the network interface card, NIC, of the analyzing computer into promiscuous mode. Usually, an NIC only pays attention to traffic addressed to it, but in promiscuous mode, it captures all network traffic, regardless of destination. For instance, when an NIC is in promiscuous mode, the packet sniffer can monitor all traffic in the connected network segment. The sniffer then interprets and decodes packet contents, revealing the data within, following protocols like IP, TCP, UDP, and HTTP. Here are a few tasks performed by IT professionals with the help of packet sniffing. They employ packet sniffing for network diagnostics. They can examine data packets to identify suspicious activity or diagnose network issues. Next, packet sniffers are helpful in performance monitoring, as they provide critical data on bandwidth consumption, helping pinpoint resource hogs and network bottlenecks. Network administrators may also use packet sniffers to monitor web activity, including tracking visited websites and the nature of the content accessed, as well as overseeing communication exchanges such as emails. However, it's important to remember that packet sniffing is only acceptable on networks under the organization's control. Packet sniffing becomes illegal when individuals capture data packets without authorization. This act, known as a sniffing attack, involves attackers using software to intercept and examine unencrypted data packets containing sensitive information. This compromised data often includes personal identifiers, like names, physical addresses, and phone numbers, and financial data, including bank account details and user login credentials. The lack of advanced cybersecurity measures leaves networks vulnerable to further exploitation through techniques like Address Resolution Protocol, ARP tampering, Domain Name System, DNS falsification, or the introduction of harmful code into data streams through methods like SQL injection. There are mainly two types of packet sniffing tactics: passive sniffing and active sniffing. Let us discuss each of these tactics. In passive sniffing, an eavesdropper discreetly connects to a network where multiple devices communicate, such as local area networks, LANs, or Wi-Fi networks, silently monitoring exchange data. This tactic mimics surreptitious spying or wiretapping, making detection challenging. For instance, an attacker at a public Wi-Fi hotspot can discreetly intercept data packets between users without their knowledge. On the other hand, active sniffing targets switched networks by introducing additional traffic to manipulate data flow. For example, In a corporate Ethernet environment, an attacker generates extra network activity, causing switches to broadcast data widely and enabling the interception of specific packets. To protect your network against unauthorized packet sniffing, implement these strategies. Regularly update software and systems to close security vulnerabilities, preventing cyber intrusions. Strengthen login measures by creating strong passwords and employing additional verification methods like two-factor or multi-factor authentication for enhanced security. Be vigilant with emails from unknown sources, avoiding suspicious attachments or links that could be phishing tools initiating packet sniffing attacks. Use a virtual private network, VPN, for encrypted online activities, especially on public Wi-Fi networks susceptible to packet sniffing threats. Prioritize HTTPS encrypted websites for safer browsing, heeding browser warnings about unsecured HTTP sites. In this video, you learn that Internet security threat, packet sniffing, is a technique used to capture and analyze data packets traveling through a network. IT professionals use packet sniffing for network troubleshooting, performance monitoring, and activity oversight. Attackers use packet sniffing to steal sensitive information like login credentials, personal details, and financial data. There are two primary sniffing tactics: passive and active sniffing. The key strategies to protect network security against unauthorized packet sniffing include system updates, strong login measures, vigilant email practices, VPN usage, and prioritizing HTTPS encrypted websites.